Alright, you guys, welcome back to Michiru's route. This will hopefully be the finale. I've been told that I'm very close to the ending, so I'm going to go ahead and play through the rest. But what a bomb that was at the end of last episode when they're like, yeah, little Michiru doesn't have the same birthday as big Michiru. That's kind of a big deal. That's implicating something bigger is going on here. I really want to know how this is going to end, because I feel like little Michiru has been just such a twist in this whole route, and it's really focused on her, so I would imagine there's going to be a big reveal about something with her, and then we'll have a nice moment with Michiru before the route ends. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As we approached the house, little Michiru called out happily to her mother. I followed her gaze and saw Michiru standing in front of the house. It was such a picturesque scene, I fell in love with her all over again. Maybe. We were out for a while. I hope she wasn't too worried. It'd be a real pain if she ended up sulking for the rest of the day. Maybe I should give her the bouquet ahead of time to cheer her up. That'd be too pathetic, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I gave little Michiru a push in the back to affirm her resolve, and she happily ran over to where Michiru was standing. Yep, we're home and we got you flowers, because we love you. Following along after little Michiru's tiny footsteps, I was greeted by Michiru's dazzling smile. Oh, look at this. Isn't this a nice scene? Is this gonna be a bad ending? Is it gonna be like, oh, little Michiru just disappears? Y'all were like saying, oh, there's a good scene coming up, like there's something bad gonna happen. And then the look on his face, he just kind of looks distraught. Like, This just seems like it's a happy scene. I feel like I'm being baited into something. Like, it's just not gonna be happy. Okay, I'm just gonna not worry about anything. I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna see how it turns out. Little Michiru bashfully tried to give Michiru her present. I knew it would be a heartwarming sight when Michiru's face lit up in response. Little Michiru held out the bouquet in her hands. Seeing Michiru's face as she accepted the gift would no doubt make her smile as well. Wait, what? What? What's going on here? What do you mean? I know you're blind, but you realize she's right in front of you. What? Why didn't she accept the bouquet though? Michiru had held out to her. Yeah, what a monster! How could you not accept that? Why couldn't she hear her voice? Michiru, don't you understand? Why couldn't she notice that she was even there at all? She's standing right there. Does this have to do with the fact that they're, like, moving away from each other? They're not, like, the same person anymore, and, like, she just doesn't acknowledge her existence? The ebb and flow of her helpless and distraught voice echoed in the air. Can't you hear her calling out to you? But her voice could not reach Michiru, nor could her outstretched hands touch her. Dang, this is cold. She's just still standing there holding out the flowers, too. Bruh. Flower petals scattered around. Tick-tock, time ruthlessly ticked away. Each passing second seemed to fragment our memories more and more. Time was moving forward systematically and inexorably, without stopping towards the end, the final end. The fallen bouquet upon the ground never reached the one whom it was meant for. Did she just, like, get obliterated? She just got Thanos snapped. Yeah, you're gonna do a scene like that, and you're gonna do this happy little intro, like, do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah? Wow, okay. Wow, oh, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that was not what I expected at all. I was expecting little Michiru just to disappear on the spot, and not... Alright, we keep going. Two of us embraced, wept, regretted, apologized, all in Precipitation, I don't know. The bouquet that little Michiru had made wavered sadly in the evening sunlight. Why didn't I realize that sooner? In retrospect, there had been enough warning signs to point towards where things were now stood. Even if Michiru can't see, she would never completely lose awareness of little Michiru standing right next to her. It couldn't be true, but it was. Even I could easily forget that little Michiru was standing right there if my focus lapsed for just a moment. Not only that, but all the other maids on the estate bar Dee had completely forgotten about little Michiru too. So, wait, what? How did this happen? Is it because she's, like, technically disappearing from the world? I mean, kind of what I was thinking. Like, I thought she was just gonna kind of disappear, but this is a little bit different. I'm trying to remember, Clanad. This reminds me a lot of Clanad. There's a certain character who also had this happen to her. Even with all the sadness weighing on my heart, I was certainly moved by the sight of the sky before dawn. The world around us continued to move forward in time, almost as if it were openly declaring its contempt for how we felt. I stared vacantly at the sky above. Once I was certain I had stopped my tears from falling, I turned to face the presence I sensed behind me. Crow broke the silence. Yeah, I think I know what you're about to tell me. And then little Michiru will. The words stopped in my throat. She would soon return to her original timeline. It was something I understood before anyone spoke it out loud. That's the part that, like, kind of threw me off, though, is she remembers little Michiru, but she can't see her. But even as the rational part of me understood, the emotional part of me was vehemently trying to reject it. What a terrible shame. Keep it together, Ray. I shook my head to and fro. It's not like she's disappearing. She's just returning to her own time. I had to speak those words aloud to convince myself they were true. A dream, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. All this time it felt like a dream. I could say without a hint of hesitation that all the time we'd spent together up until now was the absolute happiest time of my life. It felt like such a heavenly dream, and that was precisely why I didn't want it to end. What if maybe... No, never mind. I shook my head in bitter resignation. After the watches met, and maybe if Michiru and I broke the watch like we did the first time, little Michiru would come back. I think he's going through the stages of grief right now. You know, you have denial. He's like, okay, I can deny this fate by breaking the watch in the exact same way I did, and we can have this happen again. I just don't think it works like that. I think he's going to be pretty disappointed. The fact that I'd even thought of that question at all was beyond reproach. I couldn't just prevent little Michiru from going home to her own family. For once, Crow openly spoke with a hint of kindness. Yeah, I would say for once. She's shown consideration for how I felt. Thanks, Crow. Yeah, I agree. Michiru and little Michiru were grieving too. As the older brother, the man, and the father in this situation, it was my duty to keep my spirits up instead of wallowing in self-pity. I had to do my damnedest to keep their spirits up too. Incidentally, how much time is left until the watch will be completely mended? So just barely enough time until Michiru's birthday then. I wanted us all to smile for her birthday. Not only that, I wanted to see little Michiru off with a smile. Such an important day of celebration was not a day I wanted to taint with sorrow. Can't do that. No matter how many goodbyes I say, parting ways will have some sadness to it. So all I want to do right now is enjoy what precious little time we have left together to the fullest. Even if all the fun times we'd had together would make me even more reluctant to part with her, the knowledge that we made the most of that time was enough of a consolation. Yeah, that's the idea. I've always spent my time living life to the fullest, so that even if there were moments of sadness, I wouldn't have moments of regret. Only people able to move forward in life can ever be truly happy, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this. I mean, I think for me, it's just unexpected. I just didn't expect them to do it in this way. I didn't expect them to kind of drag it out if she really was going to disappear. Because, I mean, I've had a few theories. I've had a theory that maybe she was going to, like, stay and, you know, kind of be their kid. That could still happen, too. I mean, that's not entirely out of the realm of possibilities. They're kind of making it seem like, oh, hope is lost right now. But I believe in miracles. I do. Soon, the shroud of night fell. I checked again with all the people on the estate, but ultimately, Michiru and I really were the only ones who still remembered little Michiru. Whether it was because we broke the pocket watch together or because we directly related to her, we were the only ones who still had awareness of her presence. Yeah, so it's just like in Clan Ed. It came down to 2 people, and then both of them forgot. Michiru was disconsolate. After all, she was scared that she would eventually forget about her as well. The way things used to be, Michiru could still sense little Michiru's presence in spite of her blindness. That sense had now vanished. Perhaps her grief at losing that sense was no less severe than the grief she felt back when she lost her sight. Dang, that's cold. I really had to compare those two, huh? Words of comfort were like a dagger in my heart. The 2 of them were constantly holding hands in order not to forget the other was still there. It wasn't so much that little Michiru wanted to do so, it was more that Michiru felt anxious if they didn't. So she's still physically there for her. Okay, that's good. So like she can still physically touch her and hold on to her. She just can't really like see her or hear her otherwise. Okay. It really was the first time I had seen my sister normally such a confident, sarcastic young lady in such a downcast state. I was sad too, but I couldn't let them notice that. Yeah, I really hope this route doesn't end in like kind of a sad note, because I don't know. I think if anybody deserves happiness, it's probably her and her brother. I feel like that's just such a hard situation to be in, and you already have enough scrutiny and things like that, you know, because it's so taboo. I feel like she kind of deserves the happiness. You know, this is a game, right? Like, let's explore something like that. If we're gonna have an incest route, let's go all the way and you know, have them have a happy ending. Nobody wants to see an incest route and then it's not a happy ending. I mean, that would just be disappointing. It's my job to be lighthearted. You two, we're gonna have some fun, so there won't be much point to it if you don't cheer up. Seeing that smile finally disappear on her face soothed my... Or finally up here. I said disappear. Who would be happy about that? Seeing that smile finally appear on her face soothed my aching heart a little. Don't worry, Michiru and I will be with you. Are they gonna do a scene where like something happens, she gets separated from them, and they forget her or something, and they go home and they're like, oh, we forgot something? And are they gonna do that route? Are they gonna go there? We flanked her from both sides, and even if people can see little Michiru, they wouldn't bump into her either. Above all, they would be able to quell Michiru's own anxieties. I don't know. You can tell they're setting us up for something here. They're getting ready to just kind of like if this was your heart, they're just gonna squish it. I feel like they're gonna try to do that, and then maybe they'll like come back with something, make it happy. I don't know. It seemed that rather than choosing to be able to concern for little Michiru and take her somewhere quiet, taking her to this kind of place was a good idea. The bustling atmosphere lifted Michiru's spirit as she ran around energetically as always. Oh, is that from the same series as the one you already have? Yeah, that one. I bought a scroll for you, Michiru, and I got the spare for little Michiru. Yeah, I don't want to know what else she does to that squirrel. Don't say that out loud. Besides, isn't that squirrel supposed to be a girl? She's just like, nope, it's a guy. Certainly news to me that Michiru slept while cradling a stuffed animal too. Never seen her do that before, but I guess she just did as a substitute for hugging me. Maybe because it couldn't really be a substitute for me in terms of bodily warmth. Kawaii-o. It is cute. It has a mane, so it must be a boy. Yeah, that's right. The girl lions look more like cheetahs. Cheetah? Could almost see the confused question mark over little Michiru's head. That made her look too darn cute. But more importantly, how could I explain to her what a cheetah was? Yeah, let's do it. That'd be fun. I don't know. We've taken our daughter to the zoo a few times, and like she'll look at the animals. She's at a stage where it's like, I don't really care about that, you know. She just wants to do certain things, like run around. Like if I literally will set her down in the zoo, she'll just run off every single time. But I feel like I get more out of the zoo, or my wife gets more out of the zoo than she does. What do you think? We're already out here. Out and about right now, so should we go there? Since we're doing whatever she wanted to do today, I asked her again to be sure. That you can see cheetahs? I don't think so. You know why they're going to the park? They're gonna save money on the budget. They don't have to draw a new landscape for the zoo. Sad game. Sad purple software cheaping out on me. I wanted to see the zoo. There won't be a next time. Don't give me false hope. I know you don't want to draw the zoo. You reuse your backgrounds, I know. Alright, as a promise, I clenched my fist, silently praying to myself that you have the time to keep that promise. Freaking... I did too! Little Michiru swung her arms back and forth as we held hands as a show off how much fun she was having. I noticed her eyes were still fixated on the stuffed lion animal. Little Michiru, if you like it that much, would you like to buy it? I'm not going to question that logic, because realistically, a lion would just eat a squirrel. Okay. Jumping to conclusions as always, are we? As if a lion and a squirrel being in love wasn't enough of a surprise to me, as it were. Yeah, that's like something straight out of the Bible, you know, with the lion and the lamb laying together. I've never heard of a lion and a squirrel laying together. You know, that's surprisingly thoughtful of her. I think that's a great idea. Oh no. They're gonna set this up for something sad. Michiru and I weren't actually lovers, but... You kinda are. I mean, they've had their first kiss. Gently shifted my gaze to Michiru. We couldn't make eye contact owing to her blindness. I love how they have to point that out. That's terrible. But her cheeks still reddened when she was aware I had my gaze fixated on her. If they like each other, then they have to be together. You know, you would think that's true, but not everyone you like in life will you be together with, and that's okay. Never. Okay, not never, but in most circumstances, do not end up with the first person that you like or fall in love with, especially if you're young. I feel like that's just, it usually doesn't work out. Little Michiru watched us with a satisfied smile. No, I don't think so. I didn't even get a ring yet. Okay. It's funny them talking about debts. I'm pretty sure that their family is like loaded, so I doubt they have much debt. Yeah, of course. I didn't know what to say. I could feel the slightest twinge of moisture in the corners of my eyes owing to this unexpected sentiment. Just another memory we made with little Michiru. Don't do this to me. Don't be talking about making memories, because you've already implied something bad's gonna happen. Don't be doing that. Little Michiru was even happier to give the gift than I was to receive it. I don't know. I think in a lot of cases it's better to like give a gift and then receive it. I don't know. I like when I go out of my way to do something for someone and then I give it to them and I see how happy they are. That makes me happy. Especially if it's not something I spend a lot of money on. I prefer to give and receive gifts that are more like sentimental, things that really like match you well. So if you have like something very particular that you like to do and you get something, even if it's not worth a lot of money, I think that the thought that you put behind it shows way more than the price tag. That's just my opinion. Not a little Michiru.
とても嬉しそうな雰囲気が伝わってきますよ。お父さん、ニコニコしてるよ。
So you say. I always enjoy whatever time I spend with you guys, you know?
いつも以上にということですよ。
Yeah, I think he has good reason to be enjoying his time right now. He's enjoying it while it lasts. If it does. Naturally, seeing little Michiru in such good spirits spreads the feeling to me as well. Same here, not just the present, but seeing little Michiru so happy is making me happy too. Yeah, I feel like when you are around a lot of people that are happy and having a good time, I feel like it makes you happy. Like you just kind of okay, well, let me speak for my experience. In my experience, I kind of absorb whatever the mood is around me. So if everyone's kind of like sad and bummed out, I get kind of that way too. But I find that when the mood is really happy and like everyone's just like laughing at whatever and having a good time, like I'm exactly the same way. Like I get, if everyone else is hyped up, I get hyped up. And those are like the best feelings, especially when you're hanging out with friends and you're just goofing around and you're just laughing and enjoying yourself over like normal everyday things. Those are the best times. And especially, you know, with friends and family. I could say family too. But more simply, just being together was enough to make us all happy. Just staying together was enough to make us all happy, but alas, it got better. Best girl is here.
その声は美咲さん？こんなところで奇遇ですね。奇遇ってほどじゃないけど、私の家はこの辺りなんだし。
Little Michiru retreated behind my back out of shyness. It didn't seem like Misaki had noticed her either. Yeah, I kind of don't think she's going to. Since the maids back home had ceased to acknowledge her, and Misaki had just done the same as well, it seemed to frighten her a lot. I knew full well there was nothing to be done about that, but it didn't make it any less painful to see. Even if it was painful, it would just make little Michiru feel worse if I started to wallow about it now. If I put on a happy face for her, then surely her own happy face would return. By the way, Misaki, I see that you're wearing your uniform. You know it's summer break now, right? Maybe she just enjoys wearing it. You shouldn't be asking me. Misaki and I had made a promise that her violin hobby would remain a secret between the two of us, and I intended to keep my part of the bargain. Did he find out about that during the shared route? I'm like trying to think. I'm like... Huh. I totally thought he found that out during her route. We're on a date. You're the one literally always coming on to him. So the moment he says it, you're like, oh, I'm so shy, so embarrassed. I don't know, why are you watching? Of course I knew two people of the same gender could go on a date as well, but there was no point in mentioning that. Yeah, actually he has a point. I mean, that's not really descriptive of a date. Who cares? Misaki yelled at us. Maybe for another child in our lives today. Well, Misaki, I hate to tell you, this is an incestuous relationship, and it kinda is both.
両方ですよ。片方だけ切り離すのは無理ですから。
Yeah, we're just living up the Alabama spirit here. We're letting the roll tide, as they say. This time I had to agree with Michiru. More importantly, you're on the way to school, aren't you? Misaki, I'm sorry for holding you up. I'm pretty sure she came over to us, but, you know.
私の方こそ邪魔しちゃってごめんね。いいえ、邪魔だなんて思っていませんよ。美咲さんとお話しするのも楽しいですから。
Alright. Amen. You know, little Michiru had been excluded from conversation. She was still smiling behind my back. This was undoubtedly because we were enjoying ourselves so much. Misaki, on the other hand, furrowed her brow into a troubled expression.
私、何か変なことを言いましたか？みちるが変なことを言わなかったからよ。いつものあなたに先輩と一緒にいるのを邪魔してごめんなんて言ったら、全く本当にその通りですね。とかお嬢様っぽく笑いながら言ったに決まってるのよ。何様
？This right here is why Misaki is best girl, okay? Can we all take this in? Some other snooty ass insufferable rich girl crap like that. She has Michiru down so well. Even just the mental image was making Misaki mad.
私、そんなキャラではありませんよ。
If I had a hat, I'd put it on and call Cap.
そういうキャラよ。
I think Misaki has a point.
兄様まで。
She's like, you betrayed me.
それなのに、なんだか最近のみちるは大人っぽい気がする。もし私が変わったのなら、大人な階段を登ったせいでしょうね。
No, take that back. Don't say it like that. That's implying something that hasn't happened.
登っちゃったの？
Misaki's like, what? Not in a sexual way. Freaking Ray, ruining all the fun. わかってるわよ。みちるちゃんの面倒見てるからでしょ？
年下の子の世話をするのは大変だけど、一緒にいると楽しいもんね。
Wow, I'm surprised she still remembers her. Maybe everyone remembers her, it's just they can't see her anymore.
私は遠くから見てただけだったけど、みちるに似て可愛かったわよね。
No, because the maids and Didi don't remember. How does Misaki remember? Oh, maybe because she associates little Michiru with Michiru.
そうですね。
What are you doing?
本当に可愛い子です。楽しくて毎日が幸せですよ。
Yeah, Michiru's right. Every day truly was bliss, absolutely, and I didn't want the feelings to end.
そっか。私も一緒に遊んでみたいななんて。
Yeah, you guys probably would get along. You're kind of in the same realm of intellectual level. Except for on her route. Like, Misaki in her route versus out of her route is a different person to me. She's very goofy and just kind of... And I'm not saying this literally, but she's dumb, okay? She's dumb in a funny way, like my kind of humor. But as far as her route, she was really serious.
そうですね。ぜひ遊びに来てください。楽しみにしてるね。それじゃあ二人ともまたね。また会おうね、みさき。
When Misaki waved goodbye to us, little Michiru joined in waving back to her. When people couldn't see little Michiru anymore, she was still in their thoughts. That alone gave me a feeling of salvation. Are they gonna do it to me though? Are they gonna get some kind of sad thing going on here? I think if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be at night. So as soon as I see that the sun's setting, that's how I'll know something's gonna happen here. After parting ways with Misaki, we walked the rest of the way to the park and found a nice place to sit. Sitting side by side and glancing up at the sky, I remember the picnic where we had here as if it were yesterday. Even back then, I knew that little Michiru would eventually have to return to whence she came. But as time went on, the fact eventually slipped my mind entirely. Michiru must have felt the same way. Sitting a little ways away from little Michiru and watching her frolicking in the park seemed to be making her heart ache. I reflexively reached out and wrapped my arm around Michiru's shoulders, pulling her closer to me. 兄様、どうされたのですか? There you go. That's the Michiru I know. I just felt like it, to be honest. Do you not like it?
ご冗談を。 兄様に抱きしめられて不快に思うことなどありえません。ただ兄様はこんなに寂しがり屋だったかと驚きはしました。
Feeling lonely, huh? I guess I am. Maybe I'm feeling a crash in mood after being too happy lately.
そう言われると私も幸せになれてしまったみたいです。
We pulled each other close, basking in our shared warmth. Michiru leaned into me, resting her head on my shoulder, and still my heart bled this much. This is happiness. All I want to be with it is to be with you like this forevermore. Nothing else matters to me. My ideal future would be for us to live the rest of our lives just like this.
私もです。こんなに幸せな時間が来るなんて思ってもいませんでしたから。望んでいてもいざ手に入ると夢のようです。兄様がいて BD さんがいてみちるがいて私も。
Oh, I'm sorry I cut off her voice line there a little bit. Dreaming it, desiring it, that was precisely why. Precisely why the mere thought they could never be felt so much more. Well, frickin' get over here! You weren't over here! Hey, you know, we got 2 arms for a reason, so I can hug 2 people at once. I hope my daughter's like little Michiru, where she really like cares and tries to be involved. And preferably I won't be in an incestuous relationship, which can't happen because I'm an only child. So, we're good. I think there's still quite a long time ahead.
そうですね。新婚の若夫婦のようにラブラブですから。ね。
Hey, looking at me with that much yearning in your eyes is downright unfair. Good grief, how can we be newlyweds if we already have a kid? That happens quite often. Hold the 2 people dearest of all to me in a hug.
あらあら、お父さんったら。
Guess we'll have to plan for a proper honeymoon. That will, though we can't go somewhere too far away.
いいですね。みちるも一緒に考えましょうか。
A honeymoon at the zoo.
私はそれでも構いませんよ。
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. You probably just want to mate like rabbits, which would be very fitting for a zoo. Michiru giggled.
でも、動物園の他にももっと考えてみましょうか。たくさん考えるね。
I know they're not going to show the zoo, though. They're going to save on the budget. They're just going to do one final CG like they did with Misaki's route. They're going to freaking rip me off here. Lots and lots, huh? Sounds fine to me.
たくさん思い出を作りましょう。
We spent more time together coming up with more ideas and promised to make good on those ideas. If only I could make them all come true, I couldn't help but ponder that in an effort to ease the burden of my aching heart. Little Michiru was still here with us, so cherishing the happy times together was the neat thing to do. Isn't that the line from Kami-sama no Memocho? Heaven's Memo Pad, I think that's the English name. It's the neat thing to do, because it's a show about a bunch of neats. I need to rewatch that. I watched that when I was really young, and I remember it being good. I finished it, and I liked it. The music from that is fire. Please, if you are interested in anime music, look the opening up and the ending. They're so fire. But yeah, sorry, I just got sidetracked. I'm pretty sure that's like the tagline for the show. It's the neat thing to do. Even if precious little time remained before we would have to say our goodbyes, right now we were all still together. No. Okay, stop grabbing me by the balls and just go for it. I want to see the ending. You know they're building up to it right now. You know it's coming up. Okay, it's still daytime. Tick-tock, such was the sound of the watch. There was nothing abnormal about such a sound. Over the last few days, I've been waking up at the crack of dawn, which is just a roundabout way of saying I couldn't sleep worth a damn. Okay, so they're just skipping ahead. Okay. It felt like they were building up to the ending right there. And so I was kind of thinking like, oh, they're gonna go for the whole day and then something's gonna happen during the night. She did say there was a few more days to the clock though, so that makes sense. You only see faces in repose, stained with tears. Faces of Michiru and of little Michiru. They say you should let a smile be your umbrella, but the moment a person lets down their guard, their true feelings will never fail to reveal themselves. I'll let them sleep a little longer. I gently wiped away the tears, making sure not to wake them. There was enough to make both of them look more at peace. Scratches of the broken watch had healed enough that one could barely distinguish them with the naked eye. Little Michiru had precious little time left, but her departure hadn't come too soon. I knew full well she was not long for this world. You make it sound like she's dying. She's not long for this world. It's gonna pass. It was more important to make good memories with her while we're still able to. I better make damn sure they're good memories. I muttered those words of encouragement to myself as I got ready. Today was a special day. Because there was no room for doubt about it, this was the last day. I'm just waiting for a Zelda screen that says dawn on the final day. Two of them crawled out of bed, groggy and bleary-eyed, gazing mutually at the other's sleepy face. Being able to watch the two of them waking up like this was definitely a special privilege of mine. I'd been watching them sleep for a few hours, but they had to get up sooner or later. Morning, guys, though I guess that's not the word for it, since it's just about afternoon and all. Dang, y'all slept in. They both finally realized I was there, then turned around to look at me at the same time, then they quickly covered their yawning mouths. I thought it was a sight for sore eyes. It's not often I get to see that side of you. She was so beautiful, I wanted a picture at that moment. A sight for sour eyes. For sore eyes. Why? Are you hungry? It's past time for breakfast. It was past 10 o'clock, and sleeping in on a lazy summer day can be nice. It's only past 10? I mean, that's when I usually get up. Well, I try to get up earlier, but... Might as well, but I would not want my dear brother to believe I woke up simply to eat. Such a glutton, Michiru. Teased her the way I always did, but I didn't want to incite her riposte, so I opted to go easy on her. Gosh, visual novels, I swear, put in all these fancy words. Probably just because they need to find a word to translate it from. That would make sense. Like, gosh, you really need to know the English language pretty well, and I don't. You were up late last night. Anyways, you guys should go wash your faces. Breakfast is gonna be ready soon. Please tell me it's waffles. Gonna make anything special, but hey, today's your birthday and all. Little Michiru's eyes popped open. She jumped up in bed and sat on top of the sheets. Happy birthday, Michiru. I like when she walks in the room, if you look in the left corner, kind of where my face is, it says made in the UK. Exclusive to our family, though. Gosh, that's so dirty, making her, like, disappear on her birthday. Is it gonna be like, oh, I wish for her to come back, and, you know, you're gonna get a birthday wish? Misaki and Miyu had wanted to come over and congratulate Michiru, too, but I wanted to keep the festivities within the family today, so I had to decline their offer. Just for today, I wanted to ensure we could celebrate it together with little Michiru. Also, I made sure to get you a birthday present, too. Took out the bag I had prepared, and little Michiru followed my lead by hurriedly taking out the bookmark she had hidden. Made you a bouquet, and I made some potpourri, too. So go ahead and use it to decorate the shelves in one of the rooms. Nihon no Bijin. A Japanese beauty. What are you looking at me for still? Keep that in mind. I don't know. Ray said maybe a few things, but compared to Michiru, just in general, I don't think he's really said much embarrassing things. Michiru was already fantasizing about something I couldn't even imagine. Little Michiru held it out, and Michiru held out her hands and turned to receive it. Michiru slowly ran her fingertips down the bookmark, taking in the texture of the flower. Michiru said thank you again, not I'm sorry. That was one little... There was no one at fault when she forgot about little Michiru. If Michiru apologized for it, she would just make little Michiru sad. Michiru nodded her head, seemingly trying to move on from the subject. The two of them left the room quickly, leaving Didi and me to wait for them patiently. Daijoubu desu ka? Just happy she liked it that much. Michiru had cried tears of happiness for a moment. She looked a bit gloomy. I wanted to make sure we all had fun today, so I had to cheer her up. Well, that was nice. We got a little nice kind of birthday party there. Well, I'm sure the celebration's going to continue. While I was preparing breakfast, I also made some pancakes for lunch. Dang it, I wanted waffles. I don't know, I like pancakes too, and I loved pancakes growing up, but as I've gotten older, like, waffles are where it's at. I haven't had French toast in a while. I'm sure French toast would be good too, but I don't know. I just like waffles, man. Like waffles with some real maple syrup. That's where it's at. It's really embarrassing how I couldn't make anything save the simplest kind of breakfast food, but 3 of them ate it eagerly anyways. I was happy, but they were excited about my simplistic meal that it actually was a little annoying. I'm glad that you're eating up while it's still hot, but you can take your time. It's not going to disappear if you eat a little slower. Sorry, my cat... What is that spring thing called that kind of like stops the door? My cat found that and started to play with it, and I'm just like, what the heck are you doing over here? Another chance to consume the crystallization of my dear brother's love. When you say that, I think of something else. I don't think of pancakes. Anyways, if this is good enough for you, then I can make you breakfast anytime. Okay. I wasn't wrong to think the way I did. I don't have a dirty mind. It was intended. It was intended. You see it right here? It was intended. I wasn't thinking of... It was intended. So you want honey and whipped cream on top, eh? I'm getting serious flashbacks to a certain song. It's like, pom pom kimochi, what's the sticky stuff on me? She even kind of looks like the girl that sings it too. Anyways, terrible thoughts in mind. Let's continue on. We're trying to put weird ideas into her head. We're only talking about sweets here. No. She implying what I think she is? Okay, I'm learning a lot of new things about Michiru right here at the end of her route. A lot of new things. Well, Dee Dee had said it was so bonkers, it was almost like she said it on purpose.
そうでしたね。パンケーキはメインディッシュで、デザートは私が作りましたとのことです。
Okay.
しかもなんとアップルパイ以外にも初挑戦でございますよ。
Dee Dee put down the tray and little Michiru, having perked up at hearing the word dessert, scrambled over to have a look.
アイスだ。
Ooh, ice cream.
作ったのはアイスに添えてあるコンポートの方だったのですが。
I don't know. I tend to eat pancakes as like an actual meal, but I know from what I've seen in Japan, they treat it more like it's kind of like almost a desserty type thing, which is interesting. You don't really see them, I feel like, eating it like they are right now. Because, yeah, usually they'll put it together with ice cream or something, or some kind of topping.
コンポート？ジャムじゃないの？
I don't know. I think Americans just love making everything sweet. Like, we just kind of sweeten everything. Like, the meat has to be sweet, the breakfast has to be sweet, and it's like, you shouldn't be having that much sugar in the morning. It's probably absolutely terrible for you, but, you know, here we are. I'm still alive, for now.
ありがとうね。いえいえ、どういたしまして。
Gotta get some pancakes in the morning, or waffles, whatever have you. They're kind of like the same thing. It's kind of like fries, I feel like. You know, pancakes, waffles, they're kind of made out of the same thing anyways. And it's just like, you have those kind of waffle fries, and then you have just kind of regular fries, which are pancakes. I feel like someone's gonna be offended by me comparing those two. I feel like someone's gonna disagree with me.
私からもありがとうございます。誕生日がこんなにも賑やかなのは久しぶりです。ああ、照れてしまいますね。
Everyone was bashful but happy all the same. I prepared the food to make Michiru happy, but hearing a sincere expression of thanks made me blush too. No doubt I had a stupid grin on my face just like everyone
こう
else.
して4人で集まると以前にままごとをしたことを思い出しますね。
Oh, you're right. I guess it has been a while since all four of us were in the room
最
together.
近はご主人様がお嬢様にべったりですからね。
Yeah, sorry about that. You know how it is.
いえいえ、仲良きことはビューティフォーかなですよ。
Utsukushi.
そうですね。
Beautiful.
悪いどころか素敵なお父さんでした。
Utsukushi. I don't know.
お父さん素敵。
Still not strong enough to hold a family up on my own yet, though. If I were the central pillar and you pushed me over, I'd fall down just like
棒
that.
倒しみたいにですか？兄様の棒倒し。
Hey,
な
no.
んだか卑猥ですね。
No, you've done that once before. Remember? You've done that before. You've been on top. And bad things happened. Well, okay, nothing bad actually happened. I guess little Michiru happened. I mean, that's not really a bad thing, but I'll take it back. Not bad things, just interesting things happen. You have quite the impure mind, you know that? I was about to tell her not to say those things in front of a kid, but I guess she kind of only insinuated it instead of blurting it out. That just makes things worse if I
つまり
overreacted
です
to it.
ね。
In actuality, I mean... Just drop it and eat up already.
でしたら、あ
I feel like if somebody was to make an abridged version of this, all they would do is every time she got in a situation like that, they would just like kind of subtly say like, "I want to suck your dick," like something like that. They would just kind of like whisper real quick, and they'd be like, "What? Nothing." I don't know. I've watched too many abridged stuff. I absolutely love abridged things. She opened her mouth like she wanted me to feed her, but since it seemed strangely erotic, I hesitated for a moment. So I felt, but honestly, it was probably better just to get it over and done with. What the hell. Open wide.
冷たくて
No, you're done.
美味しい。
No, we're done.
それで
I don't recall using that as an ingredient myself,
あ
though.
えて込めてなくても溢れ出ているということでしょうか。
No. No.
もう
No.
兄様ったら
Knock it off. You're gonna make me
兄
blush, too.
様がそうさせたのではありません。
No.
そうやって 私をもてあそぶのですね。
No, I'm not a big bully.
です。
No, you gaslight me.
そんな兄様には私からのあんで周知に戻れればいいのです。
No, I was already squirming with embarrassment. In Michiru's case, even her unintentional gesture struck me as incredibly cute. Though it also made my heart race when she intentionally did something to get my attention.
目の前でラブラブされるとモニャモニャしますね。
Yeah, can you imagine the disgust you would have? You'd be like, ugh, I don't want to see that. Freaking third wheeling me.
それじゃあ DD にもしてあげるね。はい。あー、みちるはいい子ですね。思わずほろりとしちゃいそうです。
Aw, nice little Michiru. Wanted to make sure no one's excluded. Michiru's unexpected response made me fall for her even more, and little Michiru's kindness to Dee soothed my aching heart. Dee joining us in the celebration certainly made the atmosphere a lot more jovial and peaceful. And I only thought about celebrating Michiru's birthday today, so I didn't make any plans for what we would do afterwards. There were a few things we wanted to do for a while. But that was all the more reason to do them with little Michiru. Oh boy, they're getting ready for something, guys. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna be at night. Ooh, went to the park, shopping, school, the beach. No matter what memories I look back on, there was nothing but fun times. To laugh, to pout, to quarrel, and then to laugh once more. We rode the monorail, we ate watermelon, we lit fireworks, we watched a movie. And those few remaining days, we made all of little Michiru's dreams come true. I don't know, is this extending past her birthday? I thought her birthday was the last day, unless he's just recalling the last few days. I think that's what they're doing. We had fun sharing each other's company, and there were smiles all around, and now there was just one last wish to fulfill. The three of us went to town together, and Dee saw us off. Little Michiru enthusiastically pulled our hands to go faster. Even when Michiru had to chase the little girl, we were all still laughing and having fun. Being together as a family made us happier than anything else in the world.
お母さん、あれ、あのモノレール、前乗ったのだよ。前というと、公園に行った時でしょうか。うん、そうだよ。
The park, huh? That brings back memories. You two were still fighting over me back then.
あの時は兄様がみちるばかり構うから。何よりも私の気持ちにも知らんぷりしていましたから。
Gosh, you're so thirsty. You're so jealous. Well, it wasn't my intention. You're both very important to me. Held little Michiru's hand tight, and now I can say for certain that I love you both, Michiru and little Michiru too. Wasn't holding Michiru's hand, but I still made sure to convey my feelings to her.
お父さんとお母さんが大好きだよ。そうですね。私も以前は少し違いましたが、けれど今は私も同じです。兄様もみちるも大好きです。
I know. Can you just feel the character development right now, guys? It's a great thing to see. She went from like just constantly seeing her as her rival to now seeing her as her daughter. I will say the way they did it, kind of weird. Yeah, it was a strange transition, but they just kind of transitioned with it and then just acted like it was the most natural thing in the world. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just go along with this. Those are the most important things to have in a family, which is why I wanted to keep on being a family. Yeah, love and happiness. Yeah, I suppose. I think when you're talking in the context of having a daughter, though, or just having a child, I feel like, yeah, you want them to be happy, and I think I would maybe add successful in there. I'm not saying like successful, like, oh, you need to have like the most rich-paying job or anything in the world. I just think successful in like pursuing your passions, and I think that goes along. You could say that goes along with happiness and whatever, but I think like just feeling like you've done enough in life, like pursuing what you truly enjoy, and feeling successful in doing so. I mean, obviously you're gonna have roadblocks in life. You're gonna have things that impede you, and maybe you have to delay, or maybe you won't even get to what you wanted to do. But just find success and happiness in whatever you end up doing. You know, it's hard to plan out life. Life is constantly changing. You know, it throws curveballs at you. But were it to be fulfilled, I felt as though it would be one final curtain on all that. And maybe that's a better word. Let's use fulfilled rather than successful. Being fulfilled. Because I think whatever you do, you don't need to necessarily be successful in the sense of money. just be fulfilled, you know, make every day special in whatever way you can. So we walked and walked, dragging out this route to where we were going. But all the same, the final wish was absolutely paramount to fulfill. Oh no. Is this where they're gonna do it? Nope. I don't like this. At last we've all come here together. This is where she's gonna disappear. This is a special place to them. This is where it's gonna happen. That's right, last time little Michiru got lost. It's okay, it doesn't bother me, and I'm not mad. Yeah, that's right, a very precious memory. Thanks to that incident, we became a real family. We shared our hidden feelings, and we were able to connect. She was glad. Her expression was one of relief. That would be fun. We didn't go to the freaking zoo. I told you they weren't going to show us the zoo. I knew they weren't going to do it. It's not on the budget, guys. The smile plastered on Michiru's face, almost looked like that of a beggar. She wasn't really focused on doing something to make little Michiru happy. I wondered if I should stop Michiru, but little Michiru solved the problem before I said anything. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna be doing something and then she's gonna disappear in the middle of it, because I just know what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it sad. We're gonna be like running through the field together. We're gonna be like jumping for joy or something, or just like smiling while holding each other's hands, and then it's gonna go and the scene changes, and then where we were holding, there's nothing. They're gonna do something like that. Sorry, I'm being very pessimistic, I know. We don't want to go anywhere together. Okay, let's see where they're going with this. It's gonna be a situation where we want to keep little Michiru here because it's better than going back to that place where she doesn't get enough attention. Little Michiru spoke proudly of her parents. It could be that. And then I also think it's a moment for Michiru to remember and be like, yeah, maybe that's how it was growing up for me. Once I got old enough to kind of take care of myself and be responsible, then yeah, I didn't get to see my parents. It's true, even though we gotten older, we still didn't get many chances to see our parents. Yeah, I mean, clearly you don't, because you guys are just openly having an incestuous relationship, and I feel like Japanese parents would be very against that. I mean, I feel like any parent would. Like, if I would be against that personally. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You know, I think it's fine in the context of a visual novel, but in reality, I think maybe I would be against that, because I think there's a lot of problems with it. I don't know, though. I think that's one thing that'd be hard for me. But that wasn't the problem here. There was something strangely lacking from the thing that little Michiru was talking about. If little Michiru really was the past version of Michiru, then there would have been another person in her family besides the two parents. Her brother, in other words, me from the past. But I got the impression there was no such figure in little Michiru's life. On the other hand, when little Michiru first appeared, I asked Crow, is little Michiru really Michiru from my past? Back then her response had been this.
可能性はあるな。何事もありえないなどということはありえぬ。
Yeah, I kind of figured maybe something would be different. It seems like, yeah, her reality is a lot different, though. Which makes me think that she's not going to end up blind. It seems like there's just too many different changes. I think that's one thing that's not going to happen. Bro didn't give me a flat-out denial, but we all jumped to conclusions so quickly we didn't consider any other possibilities. So little Michiru must have not been the past version of Michiru, but rather the parents little Michiru was talking about surely must be... Michiru's voice made me look down from the sky and back to the field of flowers before me.
優しくて大好きなの。だけど、やっぱりあんまり会えないのは寂しくて。だからレイやミチルはずっと一緒にいてくれるから、一緒にいてくれるだけで嬉しいの。
Oh no. The happiness. There was a hint of desperation in Michiru's voice was shocked. She awkwardly waxed lyrical about how much fun she had with us. Despite saying she had fun with us, she also sounded apologetic in a way, as if she wasn't sure whether it was okay to accept our love. Little Michiru? It just feels like she knows she's gonna disappear too.
わがまま言わなかったら、もっと一緒にいられるかな。そんなことはありませんよ。迷惑だなんて思わないでください。ミチルがいるから、私も兄様もみんな大丈夫だよ。わかってるもん。
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. I feel it coming up. Squeeze Michiru's hand to let her know everything will go right. お父さんが撫でてくれて、私と一緒にいるのが幸せだって言ってくれたもん。そしたらね、私のお父さんもお母さんも同じかもって私が寂しくなったら寂しくなるよね。元気だったら喜んで笑ったら嬉しくなってくれるんだよね。 Little Michiru held her chest out proudly and showed us a smile that looked almost transparent. だからね、ありがとう。レイ、ミチル、いろんなこと教えてくれて。It was like she wanted to dispel the cloying sadness inside her chest. It was like the smile on her face was trying to let go of all the fears and doubts in her heart. It's not Daijobu. It's not. When little Michiru started to become strangely talkative, Michiru became a little confused. But little Michiru must have noticed it too. Perhaps little Michiru sensed something that we didn't. She was the one who had traveled through time. This was the last day. This was the day for us to say our goodbyes. That moment, Michiru realized herself. She became distraught. そんなこと言わないでください。大丈夫だなんて。寂しいなら無理をしないでください。無理じゃないよ。ミチルのおかげで全部わかったから。ミチルがギュッてしてくれた時、そしたらね、わかったの。大好きだから一緒にいてくれて大切にしてくれてたんだってわかったの。そんなの当たり前じゃないですか。私が黙っていなくなったのにレイとミツルが探しに来てくれて、 Sorry, I had to pause for a second there. My daughter's, I'm kind of the only one watching right now. My wife's out of town, and I don't know, she's having a hard time. She has very bad separation anxiety. We love you, so of course we came looking for you. I'm your daddy, and I love you. Why wouldn't I come looking?
私もね、大好きなの。レイもミチルもすごく大好きだよ。だからね、どうしたらお返しできるかなって考えたの。
How could she tell us how much she loved
いっ
us?
ぱい笑えばいいんだよね。幸せだよって笑えばいいんだよね。
I felt that she really was happy with us. Her feelings poured out into my chest. I'm happy. I'm alright. Please don't worry about me. I understood why she had those feelings.
私も幸せですよ。ミチルと一緒にいられて幸せです。ミチルが来てから毎日が兄様と一緒に3人でいるのが幸せです。 TD さんと4人で過ごして、おままごとで家族になった時も。
I wish we could be together a little longer. I rested my hand on Michiru's shoulder, knowing that was the thought she wanted to voice. I'm happy too. I can't imagine going back to my life without little Michiru and Didi around.
私と同じだね。私もね、みんなと一緒で家族になれて嬉しかったよ。毎日楽しくてずっと一緒にいたいなって思ったの。
I know, that must be hard not having her parents around all the time, and then like finally getting to feel like she has a family, like she has parents that are spending time with her and just want to go do fun things with her all the time.
いつでもでしたら、だからもう大丈夫だよ。
She no longer felt alone, for she had come to know the warmth of a family. I'll be lonely, but I'm alright now. I can almost hear her saying that.
大丈夫じゃないです。嫌です。いなくならないでください。
She told us she was alright, but alas.
ミチルにはレイがいてくれるよ。ミチルも一緒でないとダメなのです。
I know, she kind of like came into the story right when like their relationship like was finally like starting to build up. So I feel like she's like kind of built up with their relationship. Like it's almost like she's a part of it, you know?
そうでないと私はダメなんです。そんなことないよ。レイとミチルはお似合いだから。私は遊びに来ただけだもん。だから帰るだけで寂しくないよ。
Yeah, it's easy to say that, but it's just gonna be a sad thing for them no matter what happens.
一緒に遊んだことずっと覚えてるからね。楽しかったこと全部覚えてるから。忘れないから大丈夫だよ。だからね、ミチルも忘れないでね。私を好きになってくれたこと忘れないでね。忘れません。忘れるわけないじゃないですか。ミチルと一緒にいられて幸せだったんです。だったらね、笑って。嬉しい時は笑ってくれないとね。
Why are you not smiling? Why are you giving this face now? She's right. During the happy times, you have to smile. Michiru's gonna make it home safely. That was a good thing. This was a joyous occasion. Michiru had to be happy. She had to celebrate, but she had to smile. She had to wear her smile a little while longer so she wouldn't make little Michiru sad. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some crying. That's kind of inevitable here. I had to support Michiru in her sadness, so I... Don't go. I couldn't see her off with a smile after all. There's no way I can do that. I don't want you to go. I want to be with you forever, too. I wanted to pull her close. I wanted to hold onto her tightly so she couldn't go home. But alas... Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like, she's not wrong. And I mean, would it be right to take away little Michiru from her real parents? Whether they're there or not? I mean, just because they're busy and they're doing other things, does that mean that they don't deserve her? In spite of our sadness, in spite of our loneliness, when a child is leaving on a journey, you have to send them off with a smile. Is this what it's like when your child turns 10 and you have to send them off to go on their adventure and they get their first Pokemon and, you know, they don't need you anymore? Yeah, it's so precious. I definitely won't ever forget your smile. I wanted to etch that face into my memory so that I would never forget, but alas, I couldn't look at her right now no matter what. Even as we struggle to keep our smiles, the emotions bubbling under the surface threaten to reveal themselves on our very faces at any moment. Of course, I love Michiru after all. Despite the tears flowing down our cheeks, we were still smiling. We were sad yet happy all the same. That's right, if you were here with us, that would make us even happier than just the two of us being together. When she heard that, she didn't have to force herself to smile. Her expression became like that of a lost child who had finally found her mother again. Teardrops fell relentlessly from her smiling visage. Dang, they're doing it to us. We both received so much love from you, so this time we're returning the favor. How important you are to us, how much we love you, we'll tell you as much as we can. Our feelings were communicated more clearly through a hug than through words. It was as if our emotions, which had no need for words, were being transferred through our contact. Though we were crying, though we could no longer smile, our happiness was still conveyed strongly as ever. I don't think we ever found out what her birthday was. We were told it was in the winter. A smile appeared on little Michiru's face like a flower coming into bloom, telling us that she was truly happy. Her joyful face was as beautiful and elegant as flower petals dancing in the wind. Okay, at least they didn't do it where it was like this happy moment and she just disappears and... Okay. She began to float away, drifting with the breeze. She was bound for a place we could not reach. If she had only been a dream. She grew fainter and less material. Our overflowing tears could not be wiped away, our emotions could not be restrained. In spite of the smile on little Michiru's face, there was no way we could be glad about what was happening.
寂しくないから大丈夫だよ。お父さんとお母さんが迎えに来てくれるって知ってるもん。
She was gradually slipping through Michiru's fingers as if to convey that she hoped someday we would come back for her.
楽しい思い出たくさんできたからだからね。お母さんも楽しい思い出いっぱい作ってね。お父さんと幸せになってね。
Yeah, of course we will. You too, little Michiru. I could barely get the words out, and I had to hope that little Michiru could still hear me. At the very end, little Michiru, who wished for us both to be happy together, wore a smile on her
お父
face.
さんとお母さんがいてくれて私幸せだったよ。私もありがとう。大好きだよ。
Well, all good things have to come to an end. How could she just say that at the very end? It wasn't fair. I was happy, too happy, I even wanted to smile.
まだ言ってほしくなかったのに。笑顔も見せられなかったのに。
Our happiness and sadness melted into the sunlight, with the drifting of the flower petals in the sky far above.
言っちゃ嫌だって言ったのに。
Well, Michiru, unfortunately, that's not how that works. Just because you don't want something to happen doesn't mean it won't. Teardrops stained the ground, flowing freely, defying all restraint. Michiru, there's no reason to hold back any longer. Put my arm around Michiru, holding her hand in mine as she wailed. Just like I figured, we couldn't send her off with a smile. Like children, we cried and cried and continued to cry. In substitution for the smiles we were before, we were now grieved for the happiness we once had. Just that short time we had spent together had created the most extraordinary feelings, so extraordinary that any words used to describe them seemed inadequate. Had those feelings accumulated as the years went by, no matter how long we lived, we never would have been able to express them. For now, we would carry a bittersweet sort of burden, a blessing yet also a curse. From now on, there would undoubtedly be times of sorrow ahead. Despite all that, I wanted to hold on to my feelings for the most important people in the world to me. I simply needed to wait for her to come back into my life one day. I would not be waiting in solitude. After all, I wasn't alone. Another incredibly important person to me was still by my side. And so until I could greet the other person with a smile, I needed to wait. With that time finally arrives, I will almost certainly be shedding tears. But all the same, come what may, she will bring me no end of smiles. When that time arrives, I will call her name with tenderness in my voice, and then I will say to her, "For being born into this world, I thank you from the bottom of my heart." Dang, they're really gonna end their route like that? There has to be some kind of after credits thing. I'm gonna be pretty disappointed if there's not. Is this just a generic ending, or is this going to be specifically related to her? Because this is just kind of showing scenes. I wonder if it's just going to show scenes from the common and shared route, and then it'll kind of relate back to it. Okay, I'm gonna skip over it because I want to know if there's something after. Oh, thank goodness there is. I'm like, there's no way that's how it ended. There's no way. This is time before flower petals dance to and fro. We could at long last look back on that moment with a smile. Yeah, the word peaceful comes to mind too. Michiru moved closer to me as if to verify I was still there with her. I felt her body's warmth. I also felt the second hand on the watch ticking away. Tick-tock, in the palm of my hand, it resounded with a constant tempo. It was not chipping away at the past, but progressing time towards the future. Therefore, surely this watch was not linked just with the past. Yeah, but I presume you were doing that too. Michiru showed me a lovely smile, one befitting of a girl her age. Her smile expression aroused feelings of happiness and excitement within me. Having gone through such a wonderful experience over the past month, Michiru had changed little by little from it all.
素敵な夏の思い出ができましたね。
I guess so. It feels like we've taken just one little step into adulthood.
逆にお互い子供らしくなってしまった部分もありましたが。
For Michiru, one could say she had reclaimed her childhood. The memories which the four of us had made together would never fade away. Someday that precious family would be reunited once more. Such was the future which lay ahead, though there was no need to hurry, for we had all the time in the world. But honestly, Michiru, I like you as you are now, too.
ありがとうございます。兄様。そう言っていただけると嬉しいです。
The look of resignation that Michiru used to wear had completely disappeared from her face. She had matured into a charming woman who wore many different expressions. I had grown to like that Michiru quite a lot.
嬉しいことや悲しいことも経験しました。笑って泣いて慌てて怒ってどれも忘れていた懐かしい感情で兄様と二人だけの世界では見つけられない時間だったと思います。
You're right, I feel the same way. Being together with you is happiness, but being together with everyone is even greater happiness. We had become a family of 3, or rather 4. It's the kind of blessing you could only get from a larger family. In addition, having no shortage of friends and companions gave deeper meaning to the times when the two of us were alone together.
あらあら、子供が欲しいだなんて兄様ったら気が早いですね。
I didn't say that.
ですけど気持ちはわかります。賑やかだった分寂しさがありますからね。みちるのために慌てて整えた部屋も結局使えませんでしたからね。
Oh, you're right. She always hung around in your room or mine. Nevertheless, once she was gone, we hadn't cleaned out that room at all. The hat, the presents, the dolls, they would remain there, awaiting the day little Michiru came back for them. Do you think we could leave it like that until we've grown up?
そうですね。出迎えてあげられるまであの時の気持ちを忘れないようにしましょう。
Not to mention the feelings of the time when she returns. Just imagining that future conjured images of happiness in my mind. Even if there were difficult times ahead, both of us knew a blessing lay in wait for us on the horizon.
そうそう。子供の教育はしっかりしないといけませんね。例えば、知らない人に自分の名前を教えないようにしませんと。
Yeah, I wouldn't want her to get
ど
kidnapped.
うしてもという時は、私の名前を名乗るように言い聞かせておきましょうか。
Michiru giggled.
って。
If we did that, then even if she got kidnapped, I'd be able to get her back home without telling anyone her real name. Yeah, right, that must have been what had happened all along. I like how we were talking about her getting kidnapped this whole time. I was glad I never learned about what that girl's real name was. The two of us still had to come up with a name for her. But now was the time for sowing the seeds of love. Hand in hand, step by step, we'd walk on the road together. For facing a happy future with a smile was a neat thing to do. And we were to cherish the time we had together then eventually.
ですけど、子作りをしないと赤ちゃんは生まれませんからね。
Don't ruin the
余
mood.
韻でしたら、布団の中で味わう方が素敵だと思いませんか？
That's a totally different kind of mood, you know. I need a deep side or bluntness, but perhaps this baby was befitting for us after all. After all, this was the Michiru I fell in love with, and for Michiru, this was the Rei she fell in love with. When it comes to having kids, we're not ready for that yet.
まだですか？
Yeah, we need to gain more life experience and maturity, and then we can start thinking about it. Once I felt I was able to hold my head up high and call myself a parent, then I intend to work hard myself so I can become the kind of person who can support a family. I want to be the kind of person who can be proud to support you and make you happy. So when that time comes, please be gentle with me.
こちらこそとお願いするくらいですよ。ただ、私はずっと兄様の隣にいますから。焦らないでくださいね。
He has to ask her to be gentle, because she's the one that would go crazy.
兄様のことを思い続けますから。
Once more the wind stirred, as if in blessing of us, flower petals danced to and fro. Within the haze of those petals, Michiru's smile displayed true happiness. I love you, Michiru.
私もです。兄様、愛しています。これからもずっと。ですから。
It was that smile that I vowed to protect from
末
now
永
on.
く私のことを 愛してくださいね。
Well, there we go. That ending went a lot differently than I thought it was going to. I'm not going to say I was disappointed in it. It's not a bad ending. I think it's what I don't know. Like I said, it's not what I expected, but it's what I should have expected. I was really thinking that little Michiru was going to end up staying with them, and that didn't really happen.
ChronoClock.
Oh, there we go. Now we got these two highlighted. Can I show memories without it? Okay, perfect. It's cut off. So there's a certain scene where they're in the bath, and I didn't show that for reasons, okay? So thankfully that is cut off, so you guys won't see that on this screen. But I do want to talk about my thoughts here. Alright, which picture should I show? I think this is a good one. We'll show this one while I'm talking about my thoughts. How about that? What did I think of the route overall? It's definitely not what I expected for Michiru's route. I can tell you that absolutely for sure. I was expecting a lot different things to happen. I was kind of expecting there to be more focus on necessarily their relationship in general. But this element kind of made it so there wasn't as much focus. Like, they kind of had to take a break, kind of take time to like focus on little Michiru and developing that relationship, which was kind of a unique angle. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It was just, like I said, very unexpected, a very different approach to it. Just kind of making something happen with the watch. I think the plot twist of her not technically being a younger version of herself was interesting, and that kind of opened the route for her being like the daughter. Like, if they ever did end up having a kid, that could be what her kid would look like, very similar to her, but not with the same name. Interesting. Trying to think what else. I mean, I like that we had a different look at Michiru. I think it was nice having a break from her just like constantly like trying to look up to her brother and wanting to get it on with him. I mean, there was definitely plenty of moments like that, but I feel like it was nice to, as Misaki pointed out, to see a more mature side of her. I think that was a great aspect. And we had a few cool CGs. I wasn't expecting a CG that kind of showed a little bit of nudity, but couldn't show that on screen. That was certainly different, but it was nice to see them kind of taking things from a parental angle. I mean, I kind of related to that, of course, being a father. I would say I disagreed with a lot of stuff in this route, and I kind of knew I was going to. Let's just throw that out there while I'm talking about it. Just from the whole not telling her that she was blind right away thing, I think she ended up telling her, right? Like, that was kind of implied. I'm not sure. I feel like at one moment it was kind of mentioned, and I don't know if little Michiru ever picked up on it or not, so I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me, but I'm not too sure if that was ever addressed. Like I said, I disagreed with their opinion on that. I also think the idea of having a kid, I really wish they would have gone with what I kind of imagined, where little Michiru kind of ended up staying, and then they had a kid. I mean, that could still technically be possible. They kind of implied, though, that it's going to happen through a childbirth, that they're going to have little Michiru, and they're going to meet again one day. Like I said, the idea of having a kid in an incestuous relationship is just not a good idea. I mean, there's a reason it's taboo. There's a lot of problems with that. But not to say that it's not been done in history and it's worked out just fine. So that's a minor issue for me. Like, obviously this is just a visual novel, so I'm not gonna make too much of it, okay? Let's see. I don't know. They did end up having a kiss. It wasn't really in the situation I thought it was gonna be. I feel like this route was a lot of stuff went differently than I expected it to, and some of it was good, some of it was okay. I wouldn't say any of it was bad. It was just I don't know, I had pretty clear expectations, and you know, that doesn't mean it had to go the way I wanted it to, but it just went in a different way, and it was just like, oh, okay. Overall, though, y'all made a lot of comparisons to Sora's route, and personally for me, did I like this better than Sora's route? I don't know. Maybe because I'm biased, maybe because I like 9-9 more, I'm not sure. I feel like Sora's route was pretty darn good, though, and it was really hard to catch up to that, and I would say this was good, but in a different way. I have a hard time saying one's better than the other. I did like Sora's more, I will say that. But that's not to say that this route was bad either. Like, it's not like to say, oh yeah, Sora's was better, right? I'm just saying I personally enjoyed Sora's route more. But that's also because there was more story elements going on to it, and it kind of was like building on things. So I liked it in that aspect. I mean, these are just two different kinds of games. I mean, this is a very chill, I don't want to say slice of life, but I mean, there's just not whatever was going on in 9-9. I don't want to spoil anything for someone who hasn't watched that. But yeah, I think I can end my thoughts there. I'm sure I'll talk with some of you guys in the comments if you leave in. I'm sure I'll have some more thoughts to share. But overall, I think it was good. I'm glad I got to see kind of more of Michiru's perspective. I was hoping maybe for a little bit more, because since they went the route of little Michiru technically not being the Michiru we know, like, I mean, she shared some memories, but she's technically a little bit different. I don't know, I would have liked to learn more about Michiru's past, and maybe dwell more on, like, I don't know, her story of how she became blind and more things like that. I know they kind of touched on it, but I wish it was more of a focus. But overall, not bad. I mean, it's Michiru's route. Like I said, I've never been a huge fan of Michiru since the start, so I think for not being a fan, I think it was pretty good. Next, I'm going to be doing Dee Dee's route, though, and I'm not a huge fan of Dee Dee either. I think Dee Dee is a comedic side character, so I'm really hoping her route's kind of shorter. Is that bad? I don't know. I'm someone who likes kind of short and to the point type things. I don't like when they add too much filler or whatever. I like to get to the destination quickly. I just feel like it's more enjoyable. It keeps your attention better. But we'll see what Dee Dee's route's like. I think that's going to be another route that's going to probably catch me off surprise. It's going to catch me off guard, is what I'm trying to say. I think that's going to be an interesting one. So I will see you guys with that in the next episode. And I want to end with one final thought. They never went to the zoo.